Tune in next Monday, 8 p.m. EST. This is going to be crazy.
Yes, I remember. I believe he forgot I was down there, but he sneezed upon me, and I took that as a blessing from the gods themselves.
That's what you get for talking first.
I love it.
And her eyes scan the horizon for signs of betrayal.
She grew up in a fractured home. So she's chasing down family that she wished she had.
I don't got friends, I got family. I love that. I love that.
I shouldn't have said anything.
Nah, I'm gonna.
They are 5 strangers, but soon they will become more. Bound by coin, driven by purpose, haunted by pasts, and hoping for futures. It is going to be the beginning, my friends, of something epic. Cheers, my friends. I cannot wait for next Monday.
Cheers.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome in, everybody. We are here. Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. Welcome, friends, to the Lost Mine of Phandelver, Episode 0, the prequel to what is sure to be an absolutely wild campaign. I'm hella excited. I am hella excited. Welcome in, everybody. Every Monday night, D&D, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the channel. Pyroman James coming in hot, casting Fireball. Listen, you casted Fireball at this nearby tavern. And the tavern, it wasn't a tavern, Pyroman. It was not a tavern. It was actually a mimic. All right? You won. You saved the day. You're a hero. Welcome in, everybody. I'm excited for tonight because, first and foremost, we wrapped up 3 months of one-shots, yo. Almost like 3.5 months. Because we started in January, and here we are in April. We wrapped up our 3.5 month long one-shot series, which I had an absolute blast doing. Big shout out to everybody that that was a part of that. Just making memories. All right, so many good memories were made from the one-shot series. Had an absolute blast. And now here we are. Now that the one-shot series is wrapped up, now it's time to actually dive into a campaign. And that campaign, my friends, that mini campaign is of course one that I've played before, one that I've also DM'd a little bit of. It's the Lost Mine of Phandelver, ladies and gentlemen. It was included in I believe the starter set or the essentials kit. No, I think it was the starter set. It was included. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. The starter set of for D&D 5th edition, and this was actually like the first. This was actually like the first campaign that I played in, which would then kind of like breadcrumb its way and splinter into an even bigger campaign. So this is a campaign that is very near and dear to my heart, and I'm very excited. Awowa checking in, yo, big love and a big shout out to the wonderful and amazing Awowa. Yeah, so we're gonna jump into call in just a bit, and begin our session 0, our episode 0, essentially character creation and a lot of note taking. What I love most about D&D is when I get backstory, you know, and when the players give you a, you know, like when they flesh out their character and they bring it to life and they give their character ideals and flaws and like backstory and actually like, you know, make it feel like a living, breathing character. I love that, because then what gives me homework? It gives me an opportunity to be like, okay, how can we implement this character into the story, and how can we make that character shine? And that's my favorite fucking thing, man. And I'm very excited for this group, because we've got a lot of role play savvy players. We've got Awoa, who has been in multiple one-shots that I've run. What are the Awoa, you legend? And Awoa, all your characters that you've had have just been amazing. They've been funny. They've been whimsical, and no matter what I've tossed at you, you've caught the ball and you hit the ground running. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. Like, when you you really impressed me with the Kenku that you did the other day. Where it was just like, okay, I'm gonna play a Kenku, and for those of you that don't know, Kenku are like basically crows, ravens. They can mimic. They don't speak. Well, you know, they can speak if you want to, but like canonically, they speak in whatever they hear. You know what I'm saying? Mimicry. And the fact that like you were able to tell this story where it was like, all right, so like, the Kenku would kind of like jingle their ear pockets and mimic something like this, and then you did the soundboard. I was like, fuck yeah, perfect. I decided them on the day of the one shot use, and that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I love about it. How it's very easy to just be like, toss you the ball and you hit the ground running. You know what I'm saying? Football analogy. And we also have the wonderful, amazing Lila Kalkari, who's going to be joining us. And Lila absolutely crushes it every single time. Lila, who's also done like a bunch of one-shots with us. What up the Lila? Welcome in, Lila. Yo, there it is. Eoy? Ayo, even. Yo, what up the Lila Kalkari? Big love and a big shout out to Lila Kalkari. Welcome in. And Lila, just like everything that I'm Tadless, little the Tadless, welcome in, and everything that I've tossed your way has been absolutely phenomenal. I remember you had one of the early one shots. We had we were in the Feywild, and there was the tree, and you made a character that just felt a part of it, you know what I'm saying? It was amazing. A big shout out to the Tantalus, and the Kazuto. I see you out there. We've got Tantalus, who's going to be joining us. We got the wonderful, amazing Kazuto over at Leylines Inc. They've gone corporate. And of course, the wonderful, amazing Diavola. So let's give some shout outs, and then I'll give y'all a call. First of all, big love and a big shout out to the wonderful, amazing Tantalus. If you haven't already, my friends, what the heck are you doing? Hit the Tantalus with the fattest, addest follows. Amazing Merc for hire, amazing strummer, amazing entertainer. Big love and a big shout out to the Tantalus. Big love and a big shout out to the Omni's very own Lila Kalkari. If you haven't already, my friends. The shout out didn't work. There it is. If you haven't already, what are you doing? Do you like bards in Final Fantasy XIV? Do you like music? Do you like rock and roll? Do you like gaming? Go check out Lila Kalkari. Lila does it all. Bard. Her and Carly Cat. Phenomenal. All right. The Omni. The winners of EGT Season 1. Big shout out to Lila Kalkari. Gamer, rocker, bard, D&D player. Big shout out to Tantalus. Merc for hire. Big shout out to Awoa. Do you like G-posing? Do you like making your character look phenomenally beautiful in Final Fantasy XIV? Go check out Awoa. Amazing G-poser. Speaking of G-posers, do you like having a character that'll really pop out and shine bright like the star that they are? Diavola, Awoa, amazing G-posers. Kazuto River Song. Do you like organization? Do you like wrestling? Do you like community? Go check out Ley Lines, ladies and gentlemen. Go check out the things that Willow and Kazuto are building. They're phenomenal souls. Jada Parnell checking in. What up, though, Jada? Welcome in. How you bring? How you bring? With the Bunny Celeste checking in as well. Welcome in, yo. So I'm gonna give the call a group. English Yams. I'm gonna give the call a group. I'm gonna give the group a call. I'm gonna give the call a group. What the hell? Oh my God. Crazy stuff. There it is, yo. There it is. Alright. Let's give the call a group. Oh, whoa, there it is, yo. I want a group. Grab your hands, grab your hands, grab your hands, yo. You're saying this with a baby English teacher in chat. Yeah, yo, let's go. There it is. Yo, shout out to all of our teachers out there. I respect what you do. Truly, I respect what you do. I respect what you do. Shout out to all of our teachers out there. Listen, you're the future. You are teaching the youth of the nation. So I respect what you're doing. I love that. There it is. Yeah, there it is. And big shout. Speaking of teachers, yo. Speaking of teachers, big love and a big shout to BMAT TV. Yo, we went on a phenomenal bike ride today. We went on the. Yo, hang on. Before I call the group, let me show y'all. Let me show y'all this real quick, yo. Big love and a big shout to BMAT TV. If you haven't already, my friends, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Hit the wonderful, amazing BMAT TV with the fattest of follows, yo. There it is. They got to deal with teaching the skibbity kids. Yo, what up, the lone coffee bean? Yo, shout out to Beans. Shout out to Coffee Beans. And shout out to Lone Wolf Coffee Beans. What's up, Lone Coffee Bean? Welcome in. How's your day? How's your Monday so far? Welcome in. Yo, shout out to the skibbity. Yo, let me show y'all real quick. So, if you don't know, if you haven't already hit BMAT TV with the fattest of follows, he does it all. DJ, rapper, skateboarder, chef, marathon runner, entrepreneur. The man does it all, and you can follow his journey at BMAT TV. Yo, we went on the gnarliest bike ride today. All right. Let me show y'all this, yo. We went on the gnarliest bike ride today. Well, how long was it? It was like 30 miles, right? Something like that. We did like the eastern 35 miles, yo. We did the east coast, like the eastern shoreline of the state of New Jersey, yo. Putting it on a map, Jersey. Check this out. Hang on. Check this out. Look at this. Bro, look at that right there. Focus. Sandy Hook. So if you look at the state of New Jersey, the shore begins right here. And we went all the way down past Asbury Park. Bro, 35 miles. That was a hell of a ride, B. That was a hell of a ride, yo. We were out, yo. Woke up early as hell. Woke up at like... I woke up today at like... I had to take a nap, yo. I was tired as hell when I got back. Dude, woke up at like... I woke up at 6. I got out of bed at like 6:30. And we were out of the house by like 7:30, yo. But it was... we had a phenomenal bike ride, B. And, yo, dude, as soon as I got back home, I knocked out. I was tired as hell. I was tired as hell. So, B, welcome in. You're just in time, yo. There it is, yo. Dude, I knocked out. Yo. I knocked out. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call the group. And we're going to get this episode 0. On the way. There it is. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen. Give it, 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 give Give it up, everybody. We got the Kazuto, we got the Lila, we got the Tantalus. Welcome in, my friends. It's good to see you.
Hello, sir.
How are you?
Did we just get
Hello,
get
hello.
motorboated? We just got motorboated.
I
by
motorboated
you.
your,
think we
I
did.
motorboated
Yeah.
your cerebellum by way of your medulla oblongata. I'm telling you,
Hell yeah,
here for
brother.
it.
bro. I am hella pumped. Diavola, Awoa, welcome in. I hope everybody's doing well. It's good to have you all here. Welcome in, yo. Welcome in. How's everybody doing today? It's good to see you all.
So good.
Hello.
Doing well.
Hello.
Oh my
Hello.
God. I'm pumped. I'm hella pumped because, ladies and gentlemen, Onika gang. Hello, what the Onika gang? Ladies and gentlemen, the people that you hear right now, all right, these are the voices. These are the brave souls, the brave wanderers. These are the adventurers that are going to start off at the low level of a puny, insignificant little level 1. And during this journey, they're going to grow. they are going to find themselves, and they are going to craft for you a story that will live on in your hearts and your souls when they graduate at the very, 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 very awesome level of level 5 by the end of this campaign, however long it takes us. So first and foremost, let's go ahead and introduce everybody. Awoa, welcome in. It's good to have you with us.
Hello.
Awoa is a phenomenal, as I said before. Awoa, if you're looking for a top tier G poser, ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for somebody that is going to make your warrior of light in Final Fantasy XIV shine bright like the star that they are, go check out the wonderful and amazing Awoa. Awoa, how are you doing today? How was your Monday so far, yo?
Monday had probably the longest nap ever, and Skipper was very happy about it.
Really? Yeah, dude. I mean, yo, naps are good. I took a nap. I took a nap today as soon as I got back home from my bike ride. I got back at like noon, and like I just woke up at like 3. I was like, damn. I felt like refreshed. So I'm telling you, naps are where it's at. Naps are where it's at. Well, that's hella awesome. And I'm very, very excited to have you with us for the campaign. This is gonna be absolutely amazing. Like I was saying before, like everything that you've given me, from when we were doing one shots, I was like, bro, this is it would be a crime to not have Awoa. So welcome in. Diavola, another top tier G poser, G pose gang. Diavola, how you feeling on this beautiful Monday?
Hello. You know what? It's a fresh week. It's a fresh day. It's time to kick some booty.
That's what I love to hear.
I'm ready for this Session Zero. It's time.
I'm telling you, I'm hella excited, yo. Episode 0. We're gonna be making our character sheets today. I don't know. Did anybody already make their character sheets? I don't think so.
No.
Mine's a work in progress.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
Not yet.
Yes, saving it. I love that. Saving it, yo, for the content, yo. But I'm very, very excited, yo. Yeah, y'all will be, making your character sheets today and bouncing ideas off of one another. And I'll be taking notes, because, like I was saying, like I especially like Diavola, you're also very good at this, like giving me just like backstory. And I remember when we did, the like Guardians of the Galaxy inspired one shot with Bob, and just how it was just like just off the cuff, just whatever I threw at you, you were like, fuck it, yeah, like we're going with it. And then by the end of the session, you were in a romantic love affair relationship. That's one way to phrase it. With Bob, the fucking the mind flayer, and then there was also the one that we did with the Charlie's Angels, kind of like inspired one with the hags and the 80s neon infused spy thriller thing, and was Sultana's character. And it was cool as how like the pink dragon and everything that you had going on. I was like, fuck, bro. So I'm hella excited to see what you come up with for our campaign. So it's good to have you with us. Big love and a big shout out, Diavola.
Hell yeah.
Kazuto, River Song, Leylines family. He's gone corporate. Kazuto, happy Monday. How the hell you feeling, my brother?
Oh, raise hell, praise Dale. That's all I gotta say about it.
Praise hell, praise him. I'll tell you what, yo, don't leave number 3, son. Don't leave number 3. That's right, bro. Nah, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited to have you with us for the campaign. Kazuto had this phenomenal bugbear character. I think it was actually the first one shot back in like January that we did, the Tiger Paw Casino. It was either like the first or second one. I think it was the second one actually. And yeah, man, just like everything that you've thrown at me has been great. So I'm very, very excited to have you with us. How was your Monday today, my friend?
Monday was great. I'm off work. It's just good. Yeah.
I love that. That's what it's all about. And speaking of work, you know who's a hard worker? The wonderful, amazing Lila Kalkari. Lila, welcome in. How are you doing? How was your Monday today, my friend?
Monday was actually really good. I spent most of my day doing some training with my troops.
Yo, you see, that's what I'm saying, yo. That's what I'm saying. That's what it's all about. Going out there for the troops. Big shout out, salute. Big shout out, big shout out, big shout out, salute. Shout out to the wonderful, amazing Lila. And
You guys can hear me good, right?
oh, you sound perfect.
Mm-hmm.
You sound beautifully well.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just doing like.
I got some. I got some wizardry going on with my audio, so I wanted to make sure I was coming through good.
Nah, you're good. Yeah, everybody sounds good. I boosted everybody up. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Let me go ahead and raise up right here, bottom. Bring it up to 150. There you go. And no, but you sound good. And what was I gonna say? Yeah, Lila, who you've also been a part of the D&D one shots a lot, and like everything that you've given me. I remember we did like the one shot in the Feywild with that tree, and just this amazing character, and like I also like when like every character that you've had, like you've given like a bit of an accent to, a bit of like role play too, so it's very, very, very cool to see every whatever you cook up. I love that, so I'm happy to have you with us.
Hey, that's half the fun, is getting into the character. And for me, like, I like playing characters that have different voices than the one that I speak in. So the one that I've got planned should be good fun.
I love that. I love that. I love that. And last, but certainly not least, the Merc for Hire, Eorzea's best Merc, the great and powerful, the wonderful and amazing, representing the Mercs of Menagerie. Give it up, everybody, for the wonderful, amazing Tandles. Tandles, happy Monday. How the heck are you doing today? How's your day, so far?
Happy Monday. Happy Monday. My Monday's going fantastic. I get a lot of new fun things today, and I'm excited for this most of all. So
Hell yeah.
I'm really, really excited for it.
I love that. I love that. Yeah. Big shout out, Tantalus. And what you cooked up with your when we did our one shot with at the Tiger Paw Casino, you had this bard named Bardicus, and with the symbols and everything, and just like how I loved how you were able to just like think outside the box, and and just like just like think of just different ways to handle every encounter, everything that I threw at you, whether it was like what do I see, or any checks that I would have thrown your way. It was like you thought of like these different, and you thought outside the box, and I think that's what's like fun about like D&D, just going for it, hitting the ground running,
I appreciate it. I had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
A lot of the thinking out of the box was to stay alive. So hopefully I'll do that again.
I love that. I love that. So with that being said, my friends, I'm going to give you a little bit of RP, and then I have my little checklist here of things that we're going to tackle with the with this Session Zero. Like I said, we're not going to be rolling any we're not going to be like doing any rolling any dice in terms of like combat or anything. It's just mostly just like y'all bouncing ideas off of one another, and kind of just making your character that fits in to this story. But and then like I said, like I have some questions that I'll ask y'all about, like that'll just be mostly just for my note taking, and then this week I'll just be cooking, implementing your character into the story, so that when we hit the ground running on next Monday, episode 1, it's like boom, like everybody knows what's up. Yes, exactly, Tantalus. We are cooking. We're gonna be cooking with fire. So, with that being said, a little bit of RP. And then, we'll begin the character creation process. So, welcome to the Forgotten Realms, a land of mystery, treasure, and danger. This is the Lost Mine of Phandelver, a tale that begins with a simple wagon escort
and leads to ancient dwarven mines, goblin ambushes, political intrigue, and buried magical power. This campaign will span heroic journeys, forge bonds, and perhaps even reshape the region of the Sword Coast forever. We'll be using the published adventure as our backbone, but your character's stories will help shape the path ahead. You see, my friends, this isn't just about finding treasure. It's about legacy. It's about choices. And what you leave behind when the mine dust settles. So, with that out of the way, the tone of this adventure will be, it'll be classic high fantasy. With stakes that grow over time. So when you're making your character, think about that. And to reassure you, it's all about collaborative storytelling, with room for your character backstory to shine. So, y'all will be making level 1 characters, all right? And as you know, when you create your characters, you have access to everything. You have access to all of the source material from the player's handbook, Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, Xanthar's Guide to Everything. You have everything. So get as wild and creative with your characters as you like. This is your character. This is your story. I have pretty much all the source material from Wizards of the Coast at your disposal. So go nuts. When it comes to your stats, point buy, you can do any. You can either do point buy, you can do your stand array, or if you want to roll for stats, go for it. The choice is yours and yours alone. For party cohesion, like when you're making your character, this is your character. You want to adventure together. So think about that as well. I'll ask the room. Does anybody already know what character they're going to make?
I
have an idea.
Yeah, ideas.
Yeah, you have ideas? Okay, all right. What were you as well?
I'm good.
You're good? Lila, you're good? All right.
I'm good.
All right,
Yeah.
so Lila, I'm going to start with you, my friend.
I shouldn't have said anything.
Nah, I'm going to...
That's what you get for talking first.
I love it. I love
First.
it. All right, so Lila, what character will you be making, my friend?
I will be playing a half-elven artificer by the name of Petra Navarra.
All right, here we go. So we have a half... Yeah, as I take notes, half-elf artificer.
Artificer.
Oh my god,
Artificer,
I love
artificer, however you say that.
that. Artificer, okay.
My favorite class.
I love
My
that.
absolute favorite class.
That is so sick. All right, so Lila, half-elf artificer. And what is their name?
Petra Navarra.
Petra Navarra.
No, Tetra with a
Tetra. I love that. Tetra Navarra.
Oh, Tetra Navarra.
Tetra Navarra. Okay,
Like
cool.
the fish?
Tetra
Like
Navarra.
what?
I thought Tetra like tetragram.
Like the fish.
Tetra Navarra, the half-elf artificer. I love that. That is awesome. Okay, so the half-elf... All right, Tetra Navarra, the half-elf artificer. So, with that being said, Lila Kalkari, I'm going to ask you, all right, What does Tetra Navarra, what does your character, Tetra Navarra, value most?
Family.
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 Okay. All right. Tell me, like, what about family? Do they value most? What do they love about their family?
I'll put it in more words than that. I went for the simple answer for value.
I love that. I love that.
None of the others are simple.
Yeah, no, you good.
She values companionship. She values feeling like she belongs somewhere. She values having a family in question. And as we'll get into in a minute, because I'm sure you're gonna ask me the rest of these questions here. She grew up in a fractured home, so she's chasing down family that she wished she had.
I love that. I love that.
Or the family that she lost, I should say.
I love that, yo. Chasing down family.
Hey, Jack, what up?
Yo, there it is, yo. Hey, Tetra's going fast and furious. I don't got friends, I got family. I love that. I love that, yo. I love that. Hell yeah, yo. So chasing down family that she wishes she had. Sick. Sick. I love that. Awesome. All right. Awesome. 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 And that being said, does Tetra Navarra have any ties to Neverwinter, Phandalin, or the region?
She does. So, born in Phandalin,
Okay.
to her human mother and elven father, whose names I will create in a few minutes.
I love it.
Mostly good. Father departed as she was young, or when she was young. So she grew up. She was raised by her mother, and they were raised. She had basically nothing. Poor town, poor mom.
Wow.
Her father was a renowned artificer, and she took after him, her elven father. So she went to Neverwinter. Her mother sent her to Neverwinter to learn artificing from the guild there under a dwarven master.
I love that.
When she returned, Mom was no longer alive.
Oh, shit. Okay. So sent to Neverwinter to learn artificing. Oh, shit. Yo, let's go. I love that. By a dwarf?
By a dwarven master. I have a name, unless you want to make one of your own.
Yo, give me the name. Hell yeah, by a dwarven master.
Dwarven master Elic Highhammer.
Elic Highhammer. How do you spell that?
I will post it in the chitty chat.
Gimme. I love this, yo.
I gotta come up with her parents' names.
I love that. Elic Highhammer. Okay. Oh my god, dude. I love this. I love this, dude. All right, Elic Highhammer. Okay, so sent to Neverwinter to learn artificing by a dwarven master named Elic Highhammer. And when Tetra returned home, returned home, mother was dead. Oh my god.
Passed from sickness, passed from plague.
Okay, all right, okay.
3 years time between her leaving it at Neverwinter and coming back, and her mother had passed.
Okay, passed from sickness. All
Yep.
right, plague. All right. 3 years had passed. There it is, yo. 3 years had passed. When she returned home. I like that. That's awesome. That is amazing. I love that very, very, very much. Good. That being said, who or what does Tetra Navarra fear?
She is terrified of being alone in the world. She is terrified of not having a place to belong.
Being alone in the world. Afraid of fears. What was the last thing you said? Fears.
I don't remember what I said.
Fear.
She's terrified of not having a place to belong.
I love that. Terrified of not having a place to belong. Damn. That's deep. That is deep. I love that. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, you keep putting me on this pedestal. I'm gonna break my neck when I fall off of it.
Yeah, you good. Yeah, you good. Yeah, I love Tetra already. I love Tetra already. And Tetra Navarra, is she chasing something? Fame, vengeance, someone missing? Is she chasing anything?
Well, Daddy went out to milk, so to get milk. No, she's without her mom. So she spent those 3 years learning and sending all the money she made back home to care for her mother, or to help care for her mother who was otherwise working in spite of sickness. Most of that money went missing as her mom passed a few years before she even got home.
Okay.
But with her father gone and her mother dead, she decides to set out in search for her father, who was an acclaimed artificer. And her only lead is a very complex pocket watch that he left to her that does not tell time.
Oh my God,
It
I love
does
that.
Tick and move with the hands moving at seemingly different speeds, but with no rhyme, reason, or pattern as to why.
I love that.
And that also answers the next question, too.
I love that. That's so sick. Searching for her father, and her only lead is a pocket watch that does not tell time. So like, does it tick?
It does tick.
Okay.
The hands do move, but they move at varying speeds, sometimes slow, as if almost not moving, sometimes really fast, like spinning wildly out of control. Okay. It doesn't seem to coincide with any discernible pattern, rhyme, reason, phenomena, what have you. It just does things. So to any average person, it would look broken. But to her, knowing her father's at least legend, if you will, because she never knew him personally, she suspects that the watch may be tied to him somehow.
I love that. So it does
But
take,
that's all she's got.
but the hands on the watch will sometimes move fast, slow, and to any other person, the watch looks broken. Damn, that is so sick. That is so slick. And with that being said, what's one object? What is one object or memory that they always carry with them?
It's a pocket watch.
There
Her
it
dad's
is,
pocket
yeah.
watch never leaves her side, even
There
when
it
she's
is.
sleeping.
I love that. 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 Her dad's pocket watch never leaves her side. I love that. Leaves her side. We are cooking. That is phenomenal. Is there any other backstory or twists or hooks that you would like me to sprinkle on here before I get to work this week?
Just her father's kind of contextual backstory, but I have to get those details down real quick.
Yeah.
Kind of his place in the world.
Yeah, you can always like DM me that like later if you want. Yeah, that is. Let me go ahead and put Tetra extra notes. Tetra extra notes. Bam.
I'll get that hashed out and sent to you.
Hell
I had
yeah,
all the
yeah.
details, but that one.
I love that. That is, ladies and gentlemen, one character down, 4 to go, yo. Yeah, that is phenomenal, beautiful. All right. Does anybody care to go next?
I can.
Sure. Kazuto. Go ahead.
Kazuto.
Sure.
Give it up, everybody, for Leyland's very own Kazuto. All right, damn, that is awesome. All right, Kazuto, what is the name of your character? Their race and their class.
Oh, absolutely. Sir Cleric Arthur G. Nose Blows.
All right, so wait, what is their name? Nose blows?
Yep. Nozebloze.
I love that.
Nose blows. Nozebloze?
That's correct.
Nose blows.
Sir.
Sir Nose
Cleric.
blows. Sir Nose blows.
Yes. Sir Cleric Arthur G. Noseblows.
Oh my god. Okay, so we have Sir Cleric. Oh my god. Arthur G. Noseblows. What the heck even is this? Sir Cleric Arthur G. Noseblows. Nozebloze. Phenomenal.
Correct.
Okay. Sir Cleric Arthur G. Noseblows. What the heck is their race? What is their class?
I am a tiefling, hailing from the Empire of Baal Turoth, by the way of the Umar region of the Nine Hells, where my father was the advisor to Asmodeus on the throne.
Holy smokes. Oh my god. All right. Yes. Phenomenal. Okay. And wait, what was their class?
Tiefling?
Or I'm sorry. Their job, their class.
Oh, cleric.
Oh, cleric. Okay. All right.
Yes.
There it is. Okay. So Sir Cleric Arthur G. Noseblows. Hell yeah. All right. Tiefling cleric. And okay. And all right, I love that. Beautiful. All right. And let me go ahead. All right. There it is. I'm gonna put nose blows for short. That is amazing. Nose blows, extra notes. All right. And give me the nose blows. That's amazing. So, and then give me all that extra flavor that you were talking about. So you're about the Nine Hells and Father Asmodeus. What was that again?
Yes, I am hailing from the Empire of Baal Turoth, by the way of the Umar region of the Nine Hells.
All right.
My father was the advisor to none other than Asmodeus himself.
Oh my God. Father was the advisor. Oh my God. Advisor to Asmodeus. Asmodeus himself. Oh my goodness. All right. Hailing from the Empire of Baal Turoth. How do I spell that? Is that B-A-E-L and then Turoth? T-U-R...
T-U-A-T-H.
A-T-H. T-U-A...
T-U-R-A.
Oh, T-U-R-A.
Turoth.
Turoth. Oh, okay. All right. Baal Turoth. All right. Hailing from the Empire of Baal Turoth. T-U-R-A-T-H. All right. And what was the last bit about the nose? I'm sorry, the Nine Hells again? Hailing from the Empire of Baal Turoth?
By way of the Umar,
okay.
U-M-A-R region.
Way of the Umar, U-M-A-R region.
Of the Nine Hells.
Of the Nine Hells. Holy shit. Holy shit. That is phenomenal. All right. All right. So we have Sir Cleric Arthur G. Noseblows. So that's his full name, Sir Cleric Arthur G. Noseblows.
Correct.
Cool.
Well,
cool.
two of them are titles, but...
Oh, okay. All right. Beautiful. I love that. All right. I love that. Do we know what the G... Out of curiosity, what does the G stand for? Or is that like a spoiler?
Well, he doesn't like to talk about that.
Okay. All right. I love that. Yo. I love that. Okay. We'll figure... I love that. So, okay. So, Sir Cleric Arthur G. Noseblows, Tiefling Cleric, Noseblows. Okay, hailing from the Empire of Baal Turoth, by way of the Umar region of the Nine Hells. Father was the advisor of Asmodeus himself. Welcome in, BR the champ. All right, so with that being said, let's go ahead and I'm going to ask you, what does Arthur G. Noseblows value most?
Power, of course.
Of course. Okay. All right. What is it about power that they crave?
Well,
why
do
they want power?
You can't get very far if you don't have power, if you're not powerful.
Okay.
People won't respect you if you're not powerful. And power comes in all kinds of flavors and different ways. You can be powerful in many different things.
Okay. I love that. I love that. I love that. Beautiful. Beautiful. And Arthur G. Noseblows. Do they have any ties to Neverwinter, Phandalin, or the region?
They have ties to... No, they do not.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I was trying to remember if one of the areas was around there, but it's not.
Okay. And I love that. I love that. Arthur G. Noseblows. Who or what do they fear?
Spiders.
Yes! 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 Okay. All right. Spiders. Anything else or just
But
spiders?
that's it. Just spiders.
Just spiders. That's it. Beautiful. 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 All right. And this Arthur G. Noseblows. Okay.
They're cleric.
There it is. Sir Cleric. Arthur G. Noseblows. Sir Cleric. Arthur G. Noseblows. All right. Hang on. Sir Cleric. Welcome in, BR the Champ. Thank you kindly. Welcome in. This Arthur G. Noseblows. Are they chasing something? Fame, vengeance, something missing? Are they chasing
They
something?
are. They're chasing the purest blood from a worm.
From a worm?
WYRM.
Oh, WYRM. Oh, okay. They are chasing the purest blood from a worm. Any particular worm? A red worm? Black worm?
Preferably a black worm.
Ooh, yes. Embrace. All right. Preferably a...
But he does believe that he can make any blood do.
But he does believe he can make any blood do. Nice. I love that. I love that. That is phenomenal. That is hella cool. I love that. Do they have a reason for this blood, or is that like a spoiler?
Well, they fancy themselves as somebody who is kind of a vampire of sorts.
Ha ha!
Even though they have been told repeatedly by everybody around them that they're not a vampire, they still believe that they're a vampire.
I love it. Okay.
And so they believe that by getting this blood and ingesting it, they will have the ultimate power.
I love that. Going back to power, I love that. There it is. Even though they've been told multiple times that they are not a vampire, they believe. I love that. They believe this blood will give them power. That is so damn cool. That's so damn cool. I love that. I love that very, 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 very much. All right, 1 second, my friends. 1 second. There it is. All right. So, with that being said, that is hella cool. And bada boom. Let's see, we have nose blows. Okay, bada boom. And so, what's one object or memory that Sir Cleric Arthur G. Noseblows, what is one object or memory that they always carry with them?
Yes, I remember on the 700th year reign marking of Asmodeus' rule, my father and I were next to his throne during his coronation again. And he leaned over to the side, and I just happened to be on his left side. My father was on his right. He leaned over to the side on the left. I believe he forgot I was down there, but he sneezed upon me, and I took that as a blessing from the gods themselves.
Oh my god. So on the 700th year of Asmodeus' rule, you and your father, alright, were at the coronation of Asmodeus, and your father sneezed on you.
No,
And-
Asmodeus sneezed on me.
Oh shit! Okay. I love that. All right. We're at the coronation of Asmodeus, and Asmodeus sneezed on sir. All right. On nose blows. Oh my god. Hence the name Nose Blows. I love this. I love it.
Things all come full circle.
I love this. Yo, dude. I love this. Yo, his father were at the coronation of Asmodeus, and Asmodeus sneezed on Nose Blows, and he saw, and Nose Blows saw this as a blessing. Oh my goodness. That is crazy. And I love it, and I'm here for it. That is beautiful. Hell yeah. Is there any other backstory or hooks or twists or anything that you would like me to sprinkle onto your into the story?
So you've already uncovered the fact that Arthur has a penchant for titles and names,
Okay.
and so he believes, obviously, that Nose Blows is a divine sigil of sorts for his name. So you could surmise that that's not his real last name, obviously. He believes he's of noble birth because of his father and his station, but he was not noble. So he does look down upon others, even though he has no reason to. And he puts the cleric in front of his name as well, because he wants people to respect him as a magician, even though he's had mixed results in the past with that.
All right, love that. I love that. All right, loves titles and puts cleric in front of his name because he wants people to think highly of him. I love that. That is phenomenal. I love that. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Tetra Navarra. We have Sir Cleric Arthur G. Noseblows. That is phenomenal. I love that. That is awesome. All right. Tantalus, my dear friend.
Yes, sir.
Tantalus, my dear friend. All right, hang on. Let me go ahead. Oop, here we go. All right, where's Tantalus at? Tantalus, what is your character's name? What is their species? And what is their class?
I've called a full audible. I'm going to go with the giant spider. His name is, oh my god, that's a giant spider. I'm kidding.
Oh my goodness.
It's just a giant fucking spider. That's, I'm kidding. My name is Paul Budson. I am a human.
Paul Budson, Budson?
Yes, sir.
Paul Budson. All right. Human? And what is their class?
They are a bard.
Bard. Human bard, baby. Paul Budson.
I'm a human bard.
Our human bard. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
That is phenomenal. That is absolutely phenomenal. So we have Paul Budson, the human bard. I love this. So, Paul Budson, what does your character, Paul Budson, value most?
He wants to just be famous. He values like status and just being rich. Just like the high life. That's what he's looking after.
I love that. I love that, yo. I love that. That is hella Hella cool. Yo, massive love. Y2 Chrissy, thank you very much for the 2-month resub. Oh my god, that is bananas. Thank you very much, Y2 Chrissy, for the 3-month in advance. 3-month in advance. 2-month resub. Thank you for the love, Y2 Chrissy. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate that big time. Massive love. Thank you. Welcome in.
Walking away on the stream.
All right.
I like to thank my subs too.
So,
Oh, he's back.
there it is. We back, baby.
Well,
We
welcome
back, baby. We back, baby. We back, baby. So, I love that. So we have Paul Budson. Paul Budson, the human bard. I love that. Who just wants to be famous. He values status and being rich. And he's looking for
He has a stage name as well.
What is his... What
his stage name is Cleave.
Okay.
Like Cleave.
All right, his stage name is Cleave. Cleave. Cleave.
Yeah.
I love that. That's beautiful. His stage name is Cleave. I love that. Phenomenal. Beautiful. Cleave. I love that. Cleave. All right. Now, do they have any ties to Neverwinter, Phandalin, or the region?
Not particularly. They just escaped their old band and just wanted a new area to go to.
Okay.
So they just kind of went as far as they could from the last bandmate.
Okay. All right. Not particularly. They just escaped their old band and went as far as the road would take them. I love that. That is absolutely phenomenal. That is beautiful. I love that. All right. Here we go. Who or what do they fear?
They fear being forgotten or just being unknown, like walking in a room and nobody caring or knowing who they are. They also fear running into Bardicus ever again.
Ooh, I love that.
They never want to see Bardicus again.
All right. I love that. They fear being forgotten or being unknown. Nobody recognizing. All right. Nobody recognizing them for their fame. And they also fear Bardicus. All right, Bardicus, who is safe to say their former bandmate?
Yeah, former leader of the band. They got drunk one night, and he left him abandoned, unconscious in the middle of the street because he was just tired of Bardicus. And he's like, "Here's my chance," and just abandoned him.
Wow, I love that. One night after drinks. All right, Bardicus passed out, and Paul saw this as an opportunity to leave. I love that. All right, I love that.
He also doesn't particularly like the sound of crashing cymbals.
Yeah!
So sometimes he gets like a little irked when he hears that.
I love that. He also doesn't love the sound of crashing cymbals. Plang.
Yeah.
Plang.
I mean, I guess like loud enough lightning might get him too.
Oh my God.
Or I guess that would be thunder. I guess like because it's the same kind of noise, so I would say like okay, that would probably trigger him, but mainly cymbals.
I love that. Loud enough thunder might thunder. Yo, there it is. Yo. Here, I'll put loud enough lightning/thunder. Lightning/thunder might trigger him. Yeah, there it is. I love that. Beautiful. Paul Budson. Are they chasing something? Fame, vengeance, someone missing?
Just fame and money.
Just fame and money. Yo, keep it simple, Paul Budson. I love it. Just fame and money. Good. And all right. And what's one object or memory they always carry with them?
So he has a I know it's kind of ironic, but he has a magic stone that's like an elemental, like electric elemental, that he uses as a pick for his lute to make an electric lute.
Ooh.
So he just has this very vibing electric lute instrument because he's using this pick.
Oh. That he uses as a pick for his lute to make it an electric lute. That is so cool, yo. I love that, yo. I love that. I love that. That is so sick. That is so sick. And here, let's go. Paul, extra notes. Okay. Is there any other backstory, twists, hooks, anything else that you would like me to sprinkle on top of the campaign for Paul, so that Paul can have his moment to shine? And any other extra things that you might think of?
So he as much as anyone else hates the name, the Global Mobile Nobles. So he gets kind of annoyed if anyone mentions that. But he's trying to start a new band called Bow and Lilies. And he's just gonna convince himself everyone in the party is just gonna try to join his band, Bow and Lilies.
I love that. I love that. So he hates the name, the Global Mobile Nobles, which is the name of former band, and so he is trying to create a new band named what was
Bow
it?
and Lilies.
Bow and Lilies.
Bow and Lilies.
Bow and Lilies. Bow and Lilies. Bow and Lilies. Bow and Lilies. And we'll try to convince anyone to join his band, or certain people.
I generally this party we're gonna be hanging out because he's gonna be in their company a lot, I imagine. So he's just gonna try to convince them to just play random instruments and join his band because he wants to be the lead. He wants to be in charge of the band, but like he doesn't want like another Bardicus situation where there's like another strong personality.
I love that.
And
I love that.
like he'll get annoyed if someone's very like all over the place or wild. Although he is also wild, he just wants to be that person. Mm-hmm. So he clashes with his own personality a little bit, but he's a little bit more serious than Bardicus was. Bardicus was a little bit over the top as far as just like that was his main mentality.
I love that. I love that. That is so cool, yo. I love that. Hates to name the Global Mobile Nobles, former band, and so he's trying to create a new band name, Bow and Lilies. Trying to create a new band named Bow and Lilies, and will try to convince his fellow party members to try to join his band. Sometimes clashes with his own personality. I love that. We've got Paul Butson, the human bard. We have Tetra Navarra, the half-elf artificer. We have Sir Cleric Arthur G. Noseblows, the tiefling cleric. All right. Diavola Awoa, who would like to go next?
Aurora's more prepared than I am, so I'm gonna throw her under the bus.
Hell yeah, yo. Let's go. Awoa, pray tell, what is the name of your character? What is their species, and what is their class?
I will be playing something a little bit more dramatic this time. It'll be Aloris. I'll spell her name for you because it is a little bit weird. And she is an Eladrin. I believe I'm pronouncing it right, but if I'm butchering it, please correct me because I've never played this race before.
There it is, yo. All right, Aloris. All right, Aloris and Aloris. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, and I also saw that you whispered me some things. All right, big C. Okay, cool. Yeah, we're good. So, Aloris. Okay, good. All right, so we have a Loris. All right. A Loris, the Eladrin. I love that.
She does not have a last name.
Okay,
so.
cool. Perfect.
Not that she would know anyway.
There it is, yo. Eladrin. There it is. Eladrin. And what is their class?
She is a sorcerer.
Okay, all right. Sorcerer.
A wild magic sorcerer.
Sorcerer. I love that. I love that. All right. All right, Eloris, Eladrin, sorcerer. I love that. And let me just 1 second. Bada boom. All right. Okay. All right. I love that. That is so sick. That's so sick. All right. Beautiful. I love that. I love that. That's amazing. Yeah. Let's do that. All right. So, tell me, Eloris, what does your character Eloris value most?
So Loris is a little bit of an odd one. She grew up all in the Feywilds with no memory of what came before that. So her good and bads are a little, a little weird for someone out in Faerun. So she values transactional dealings that will bring her something in return. But as someone who's very new to the dynamic of the way people socialize in Faerun, she also really enjoys the idea of a selfless friendship, though she thinks it's a bit fictional. I'll hopefully have her discover that they are very real.
I love that.
And she also enjoys seeing her impact on others. So I guess she values what she can bring and what can be brought to her.
All right, I love that. That is sick. That's beautiful. And go back. You value the idea of after the transactional dealings. What does she value the idea of?
Selfless friendship. She thinks that it's not real.
Friendship. I love that. I love that. Values the idea of selfless friendship. I love that. And what was the last thing that you said?
And realizing her impact on other people, whether it be good or bad.
And realizing her impact on other people, whether it be good or bad. Whether it be good or bad. That is amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Hells to the yells. Beautiful. Beautiful. I love that. I love that. I love that. Now, let's see. Hang on. All right. Perfect. Now, Eloris. Does Eloris have any ties to Neverwinter, Phandalin, or the region?
She doesn't even know what that is. She came from the Feywilds, and everything else is very alien to her. She probably does not even know what most of the other races are or their customs. So half of you are very alien to her.
I love that. She doesn't even know what that is. She came from the Feywild, so everything else. Other species, other races, locations may come across as alien to her. Sick. Beautiful. Phenomenal. And Eloris, who or what do they fear?
I'd probably say that she fears that she'll never measure up to the whimsical wonder of her origins. She's from the Feywilds, but she's just a little Eladrin. She's not very good at what she does.
There it is. She fears that she will never measure up to the, say that again?
To the whimsical wonder of her fellow Feyfolk.
I love that. There it is. I love that. She fears that she will never measure up to the whimsical wonder of her fellow Fey folk. Beautiful. Now, our dear Eloris, is she chasing something? Fame, vengeance, someone missing?
She is looking for an artifact in the mines, one of which her fellow Fey cannot find because it is iron.
Ooh, there it is. One that her fellow Feyfolk cannot find because it is iron. And for for flavor and lore, is it safe to say that her fellow Fae folk are weakened to iron?
Pretty much.
Okay.
She's definitely gonna use this to make sure people don't underestimate her again.
Okay. I love that. Are weak against iron, and she will use this to ensure that they do not underestimate her again. I love that. And for a legend, for Eorzea. Okay. Oh, wait, here we go. For Eorzea, what is one object or memory that they always carry with them?
She doesn't necessarily have an object, but each night she goes into trance, she dreams, or so-called dreams, of a melody like a lullaby. And she thinks that is going to lead her to the thing that she wants. So each season when she awakens in a new season or the same season, she's still always going to have that melody.
I love that. Each night she goes to trance, each night she goes into a trance. She dreams of a melody of a lullaby. And say that again, the last part?
She believes that the lullaby is from her mother, but she doesn't have any memory of it. And she thinks that it's going to lead her to the thing that she desires.
I love that. Lead her to the thing that she desires most. That's so sick. That is so sick. I love that. And Eorzea. Let's do Eorzea extra notes. All right. Is there any other extra backstory hooks, twists that you would like to add at this time?
There will definitely be some twists later, I believe.
Yeah.
But I think her magic and the way that it manifests will appear very strange.
Okay.
It'll appear very otherworldly and Fae-like, so it may stick out a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. Uh-huh.
We'll let the party decide what they think about that.
Yeah. Hell yeah. All right. And with that being said, because like the world seems very alien to her, how did she end up in the Sword Coast? How did she get there?
She used what little connections she had with the Leshies to bring her here in her new mission.
Okay. All right. She used what little connection she has to the... How do you spell Leshies again?
I think it's Leshies for plural.
All right. Yeah. Here, let's go ahead. Google Leshy D&D. Hell yeah. Yeah, Leshy. Yeah. Leshy. Let me see. Yeah, Leshy. They're like Venus flytrap looking creatures.
They're kind of like little tree ants.
Okay.
Or like tree people. Or
yeah.
Like plants. Yeah, sentient plants.
Okay. All right. Yeah. That's so sick. Yeah. Leshy. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. So she used what little connection she has to the Leshy species to transport her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. To transport.
Should have found that back door.
Yeah, to transport her from the Feywild to the setting of the campaign. Okay, beautiful. I love that. That is phenomenal. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And last but certainly not least, Diavola, what is the name of your character, their species, and their race?
I'll tell you, I came into this session 0 with nothing.
No, that's
but
fine.
my
That's
brain.
totally fine.
But I have been cooking up a gourmet meal for you.
I love that.
To fill in the blanks
I love that.
of this amazing crew. So I'd like to introduce Cinder Halverson or Half-Orcan. Wow, nerds, cheer. She's a half-orc barbarian pirate.
Holy shit. Half-orc. I love that. I love that. Half-orc barbarian pirate. Oh my goodness.
She's heavily borrowing from my character from the first one shot I participated in.
Yeah.
It's Bob's wife in a different universe. It's her other universe self. So there's gonna be some similarities for sure.
I love that. I love that. I love that. And let me get the name again. I got Cinder, so that's what? Cinder?
Sinder.
Okay. Oh, I like that. Sick, gnarly. Cinder. All right.
And then her surname is Half-Orcan, or Halferson, so HALFORCEN.
CEN. Halferson.
Borrowed shamelessly from World of Warcraft.
There it is. Half-orc. Oh my god, half-orc and oh my god, Halferson. God damn it. I love it, yo. I love it. Look toward God, blood and thunder. I love that. Fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah, man. Okay, so tell me about this Cinder Halferson half-orcan. I love that. What does your character Cinder half-orcan value most?
4 things.
4 things.
Treasure.
Okay. Treasure.
Handsome men. Beautiful women.
Beautiful women.
And rum.
Hell yeah, dude. That's sick. I love that. I love that. That's hella easy. There will definitely be treasure. There may be some handsome men and some beautiful women. And yeah, there'll definitely be rum. I love that, dude.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
that is awesome. That is hella awesome. Cinder half-orcan, half-person. Okay. Now, when it comes to Cinder half-orcan, do they have any ties to Neverwinter, Phandelver, or the region?
She does. Her ship, the Devil's Bride, and their crew are a motley crew based out of the ports of Neverwinter.
Yeah! I love it. I love it. Her ship, the Devil's Pride, is based out of Neverwinter. Let's go down, down, down by the river. I love it. Beautiful. There it is, yo. Her ship. The Devil's Pride is based. Her ship. Oh, dude, that's so sick. The Devil's Pride is based out of Neverwinter. Now then. All right. Who or what do they fear?
She only has 2 real fears.
Okay.
Sharks. And running out of rum.
Yeah. I love that. Oh my god. Running out of sharks and running out of rum. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. And are they chasing something? Fame, vengeance, someone missing?
She is chasing vengeance.
Yeah, she is chasing vengeance. Give me a little more. Who
Yes.
wronged her? Who wronged her?
Cinder was the first mate on a notable vessel known as the Devil's Pride. They were a particularly ruthless band of female pirates, miscreants and thieves of the high seas. Her captain and lover, the dread pirate Bonnie Reed, was killed in a particularly imprudent duel with the dragonborn captain of a rival vessel.
Okay, wait, slow down. Her lover, what was the name's? Bonnie?
The dread pirate Bonnie Reed. Here, I'll put it in chat for you.
Give me that, yo. Give me that. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Dread pirate Bonnie Reed. Oh my god. All right.
So Cinder was the first mate, and her captain and lover, dread pirate Bonnie Reed, was killed.
And lover. Dread pirate Bonnie. Let's see. Hang on. There it is. Dread. All right. Her captain and lover. Dread pirate Bonnie Reed. All right. Bonnie Reed was killed. Okay.
She's dead, man.
Oh my god. What was killed? Does she know who killed Dread Pirate Bonnie Reed?
She does.
Who killed Dread Pirate Bonnie Reed?
It was the dragonborn captain.
Oh my god.
Of a rival vessel.
Killed by a dragon-born captain of a rival. Killed by a dragonborn captain of a rival guild.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a rival ship. Yeah, basically
ship,
rival pirate crew.
Yeah, rival crew, rival ship. Yeah, rival crew.
And the murderous fiend is named Katrana the Blade.
Named Katrana. How the heck do you spell? Oh, I love that. Katrana. Thank you. Katrana the Blade.
Once again, stolen shamelessly from World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go. Let's go, yo. That is gnarly. That is.
And so the night that her love was killed, she should have taken over leadership of the crew as the first mate. However, her second mate, a mutinous wretch, tossed her overboard and attempted to keelhaul her into a swarm of angry sharks, but she survived. And now, without ship and crew, she is back on land and ready for vengeance.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I love that. So, I love that. The night that, yo, there it is, yo. The night that there it is, yo. That her captain. There it is, yo. The night. There it is, that Bonnie Reed was killed. She should have taken over as leader of the Devil's Pride, but her second mate enacted mutiny and tossed her overboard into a gathering of sharks. Does the second mate have a name?
She does.
Yeah. Okay. What is the name? Hell yeah.
I'm cracking myself up right now.
I love it, dude. This is good. You cooking with fire, yo. You cooking with gasoline and fire.
I'm sorry, I'm cracking myself up. That's not content. All right. Her name is Lady Jaina the something. Give me a something.
Lady Jaina. Not so proud.
The Prideless.
Lady Jaina the Prideless.
Lady Jaina the Prideless.
Yeah! Let's go, dude. Let's go.
Bet.
There it is, Lady Jaina the Prideless. Holy shit.
And it turns out, in the plot twist on this sad story, is that Lady Jaina the Prideless and the rival captain, Katrana the Blade, were in cahoots.
Oh my
The whole time.
No shit. I love it. I love that. I love that. I love that. And it turns out that Lady Jaina the Prideless and Katrana the Blade were actually in cahoots the whole... Hang on. How do you spell cahoots? I think it's K-A. Cahoots. Yeah. And there it is. Yo. Oh my god, bro. This is good. We're in cahoots the whole time. Dude, I love that. That is so sick. That is so sick. Cinder was the first mate of a notable vessel known as the Devil's Pride. Her captain and lover, dread pirate Bonnie Reed, was killed by a dragon-born captain of a rival crew named Katrana the Blade. The night that her Bonnie Reed was killed, she should have taken over as leader of the Devil's Pride, but her second mate, named Lady Jaina the Prideless, enacted mutiny and tossed her overboard into a gathering of sharks. It turns out that Lady Jaina the Prideless and Katrana the Blade were actually in cahoots the whole time. That is damn good. Damn! I love that. I love that. That is amazing. That is so damn cool. That is so damn cool. And there it is. All right. And what is one object or memory that Cinder always carries with them? What is one object or memory that they always carry with them?
Strapped to her hip at all times is the dagger of her deceased lover, Bonnie Reed. And it has a lock of Bonnie Reed's hair wrapped around the hilt.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Damn you cooking with gasoline. Strapped to her hip at all times is the dagger of her lover. Is the dagger of her lover. All right. Bonnie Reed. I love that. I love that. And wrapped around the hilt of this dagger is a lock of Bonnie's hair. Bonnie's hair. Oh my god. Damn, that is some very, 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 very good stuff. I love that. And let's go ahead. Let's do bada boom. Okay. Cinder. Oh, here we go. Cinder. Extra notes. Cinder, extra notes. All right. Cinder, is there any extra backstory, hooks, twists, anything that you would like me to sprinkle onto your into the story as I get to work crafting this campaign this week?
Honestly, I think we covered a lot. I think we got a lot to work with her. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but if I do, I'll DM it to you.
Let me know. And yeah, same thing with anybody. If y'all have any like secrets that you would like just me to know and reveal, just that only I know and that we can weave into as the story goes on, by all means, please feel free to DM me. And we will get to work, because we love secrets, we love twists. All right, so I love that. So we have, as a wrap up for Aloris, the Elegant Sorcerer. What does Aloris value most? A bit of an odd one. Grew up in the Feywild and values transactional dealings. Values the idea of selfless friendship and realizing her impact on other people, whether it be good or bad. Do they have any ties to Neverwinter, Phandelver, or the region? She doesn't even know what that is. She came from the Feywild, so everything else, other races, locations, may come across as alien to her. Who or what do they fear? She fears that she will never measure up to the whimsical wonder of her fellow Feyfolk. Are they chasing something? Fame, vengeance, someone missing? She's looking for an artifact in the mines, one that her fellow Feyfolk cannot find, because it is iron. Her fellow Feyfolk are weak against iron, and she will use this to ensure that they do not underestimate her again. And what is one object or memory that they always carry with them? She doesn't have any object, but each night she goes into a trance. She dreams of a melody of a lullaby. She believes the lullaby is from her mother,
and believes this will lead her to the thing that she desires most. Her magic in the way... oh, wait, hang on. I typed that twice. Here we go. Okay, her magic in the way that it manifests may seem a little strange at first. She used what little connection she has to the Leshy species to transport her from the Feywild to the setting of the campaign. We have Cinder Half-Orkin, a half-orc barbarian who's also a pirate, who values 4 things: treasure, handsome men, beautiful women, and rum. Do they have any ties to Neverwinter or the region? She does. Her ship, the Devil's Pride, is based out of Neverwinter. Or what do they fear? She only has 2 real fears: sharks and running out of rum. Are they chasing something? Fame, vengeance, someone missing. She's chasing vengeance. Cinder was the first mate on a notable vessel known as the Devil's Pride. Her captain and lover, dread pirate Bonnie Reed, was killed by a dragonborn captain of a rival crew named Katron of the Blade. The night that her Bonnie Reed was killed, she should have taken over as leader of the Devil's Pride, but her second mate, named Lady Jaina the Prideless, enacted mutiny and tossed her overboard into a gathering of sharks. And it turns out that Lady Jaina the Prideless and Katron of the Blade were actually in cahoots the whole time. And what is one object or memory that they always carry with them? Strapped to her hip at all times is the dagger of her lover, Bonnie Reed. And wrapped around the hilt of this dagger is a lock of Bonnie's hair. We also have Sir Cleric Arthur G. Noseblows, the Tiefling Cleric, who values power, of course. You can't get far if you don't have power. Do they have any ties to Neverwinter, Phandelver, or region? No, they do not. And when it comes to fear, what do they fear? They fear spiders. Are they chasing anything? They are chasing the purest blood from a worm, preferably a black worm. But he does believe that he can make any blood do. You see, the thing is that they fancy themselves kind of a vampire, even though they've been told multiple times that they are not a vampire. And they believe this blood will give them power. What is one object or memory that they always carry with them? Remembers that on the 700th year of Asmodeus' rule, him and his father were at the coronation of Asmodeus. And Asmodeus sneezed on Noseblows, and Noseblows saw this as a blessing. Hailing from the empire of Baal Turath, by way of Umar, region of the Nine Hells, father was the advisor of Asmodeus himself. Loves titles and puts cleric in front of his name because he wants people to think highly of him. We also have Tetra Navarra, the half-elf artificer. What do they value most? Family. Values companionship and a sense of belonging. Grew up in a fractured home, chasing down family that she wishes she had. Do they have any ties to Neverwinter, Phandelver, or the region? They were born in Phandelver to her human mother and elven father. Father departed when she was young, raised by mother. Father was a renowned artificer, sent out Neverwinter to learn artificing by a dwarven master named Elik Highhammer. And when Tetra returned home, mother was dead, passed from sickness, plague. Oh, let me go ahead. I spelled sickness wrong. 3 years had passed when she returned home. Or what do they fear? She's terrified of being alone in the world, terrified of not having a place to belong. Are they chasing something? They're searching for her father, and her only need is a pocket watch that does not tell time. It does tick, but the hands on the watch will sometimes move fast, slow, and to any other person, the watch looks broken. And what's one object or memory that they always carry with them? Her dad's pocket watch never leaves her side. And last but not least, we have Paul Butson, human bard. What do they value most? He wants to be famous. He values status and being rich. He's looking for the high life. His stage name is Cleve. Do they have any ties to Neverwinter, Phandelver, or the region? Not particularly. They just escaped. They just escaped their old band and went as far as the road would take them. Who or what do they fear? They fear being forgotten or being unknown. Nobody recognizing them for their fame. And they also fear Bardicus, who is their former leader of the band. One night after drinks, Bardicus passed out, and Paul saw this as an opportunity to leave. He also doesn't love the sound of crashing cymbals. Loud enough, lightning or thunder might trigger him. And are they chasing something? Fame, vengeance, someone missing? Just fame and money. And what is the object or memory that they always carry with them? He has a magic stone that is like an electric elemental that he uses as a pick for his lute to make it an electric lute. And he hates the name the Global Mobile Nobles, which is his former band. So he's trying to create a new band named Bo and Lilies, and will try to convince his fellow party members to try to join his band. And sometimes clashes with his own personality. That is absolutely phenomenal. That is absolutely phenomenal. I love all of this. Now, I have everything. Now, about this party dynamic. Yo, this is a stacked roster, and I love this, and I cannot wait later on tonight. I mean, we got maintenance, I think, later on tonight. Later on tonight, I'm gonna cook. Oh, you say, baby. Dude, I cannot wait. I'm gonna, like, y'all gave me so much. This is gonna be fucking stacked as hell. I love this party dynamic. I can't wait to just, like, start crafting all of this, because especially like with the fear of spiders, for example, or like just you're on the run. We have two people that are like you know, one person's a pirate, mutiny, thrown over the edge. The other person's on the run from their former bard group. Like, that is phenomenal. That is absolutely phenomenal. Beautiful. Absolutely amazing. Also, Sultana, thank you very much. Yo, 27-month resub. Oh, you say baby. Sultana, thank you very much for the 27-month resub and I appreciate that big time. You legend.
Love ya.
He mutes when he's thinking subscribers.
We also have it's just like I love that. We have everybody's kind of just like the fears are gonna be fun as hell to play on. I love that. This party dynamic is absolutely phenomenal. So let us establish how the heck do you five know each other? If you do, you'll all be starting off at level 1. So especially with a Wolves character, think, you know, seeing everybody as you know, just this whole world as alien. How do we want to establish that y'all know each other and want to actually, like, adventure together? Because the way the story starts off, the 5 of you are hired by a man, by a dwarf by the name of Gundren Rockseeker. So prior to that, we have to establish how the hell do you 5 know each other, even if you know each other. Like, do you want to meet like what do y'all what do y'all's characters think?
May I ask Kazuto a question?
Yes.
Your character has this very long title. He thinks he's, like, world renowned, like he's very popular, and he gives himself all these titles to, like, have this grandeur about him, but it doesn't actually mean anything, does it? Okay, so I'm going to be hanging out with him because I think he has a stage name and I think he's famous.
There you go.
Okay, I love that.
And I'll take it a little step further.
Sure.
So Tantalus's character, Bud, who I'm convinced is from Wisconsin.
I love that.
I mean, he's got to be. So I have convinced him that I'm a noble, and I have to back it up with spending money, right? But I'm broke. I'm legitimately broke. So everything that we do, I either steal it or I do something he doesn't notice where I can, you know, get it for us. So I'm here dragging him along unbeknownst with me onto a job so that we can make some gil.
Yeah! Give it a
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just going to be convinced that he's, like, the real deal and I'm following him around. It's going to turn into another Bardicus situation. My character's going to be unhappy.
I love that.
And a little thing about my character too is not only do I need somebody to help me make money, but I also am afraid of being alone and I'm afraid of the dark. So I need people around me to make sure that I have assurances. Even though I think I'm a vampire, I'm still afraid of the dark.
I love that. Oh my god, I love that. Okay, so Nosebos is afraid of the dark and being alone. So traveling with Paul is a sense of
reassurance.
I'm gonna get everyone's names wrong. Not like because I'm not gonna remember it. I'm gonna intentionally get everyone's name wrong because I'm just like that uppity of a person.
Oh my God.
Should I have Kazuto's character name correctly, or should I still get it wrong, even though he and I are traveling together?
It could be a fun little point of contention if you want.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep calling you nose. I'm just gonna keep calling you Nosebleed.
Perfect.
Okay.
All
Perfect.
right. I love that. So Paul and Noseblows would be traveling together. Noseblows is afraid of the dark and being alone, so traveling with Paul is a sense of reassurance. I missed it earlier. Paul, what would draw Paul to Noseblows again? The sense of title and being
The
famous.
sense of him being famous in this area because he's new to this area, so he's just trying to get an easy in to try to get like into the scene, if you will.
Okay. So Paul's new to the area and admires how Nose blows. How Nose blows. Treats titles.
Like he perceives him as being famous, so he's just like, okay, that guy. Because he, in his own mind, he can't imagine somebody who has so many titles not being someone who's famous.
So naturally gets drawn to him. Fucking A. Gorgeous, beautiful. So Paul and Noseblows, bada boom, traveling together. Tetra, Cinder, Aloris, how do we get them together, or would you like to be like solo and we dynamically bring the five of you together?
So Aurora and I are cooking in the background here a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. I love that.
We're cooking up a dynamic.
I feel so left out.
Yo.
Aww.
You want in on the chaos? Wink, wink.
Yo, I love that.
So far, we're trying to devise how my fake idiot would show up. It's more likely they're used to people that are very chaotic around her. Mm-hmm. So she's drawn towards chaos. We were discussing maybe Dia's character was drunk and angry and over the events that have transpired, and that would pique the interest of my little fae.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So the little fae is following around the angry half-orc who is always drunk and crying about her lost love. And it's like an odd couple friendship where the little fae, like Aurora's character, is always trying to like cheer up and like be this optimism to my grumpy half-orc, and just
she's very used to like being the support.
Aurora's character is following my character around from town to town, basically, and like my
she's the emotional support elf.
Yeah, my character's annoyed about it, but she's also not doing anything to try to lose the girl.
Yeah, like she's like a mosquito, but like you don't swat her.
Okay, all right, I love that. All right, so drawn to chaos and has a bit of an odd couple. Oops. There's a bit of an odd couple vibe with Cinder. A mosquito that you won't necessarily swat away. That you won't necessarily swat away. Cinder, having dealt with this mutiny, Aloris would see that as a Aloris would see that as an opportunity for chaos, for
basically to bank off of that chaos. Yeah, how can she use that to survive a little easier? Somebody who's a little bit bigger and stronger than her.
and use that, see that as an opportunity to bank off of that chaos and further ensure survival. Okay, cool. Okay, good. I like that. Okay. Now, with Tetra, our half-orc artificer, valuing family and being born in the area, born in Phandelver, searching for father. What are you thinking, Lila? Like how?
I think it makes sense that so Tetra's young and not very world weary or world cognizant. She's kind of she's in a way she's kind of a college student. Because the guild that she went to was kind of her academy, so she doesn't really know the world. She's not much of a fighter. So it makes sense to me that if she were to join this crew, she'd be hired on for something specific as a specialist. Whether it be for her being a local or her skills as an artificer. It makes sense that she'd be like kind of grabbed up for a specific task as opposed to just happen to fall in with the party.
Yeah, I love that because so like the way the story starts out, so y'all are gonna be hired by the five of you. You're gonna start off. Hang on. The five of you are gonna be hired to escort a wagon to the town of Phandelver by a dwarf by the name of Gundren Rockseeker. So dwarf. So Tetra has ties with dwarves. You're the master artificer, Elic.
Yep.
And then you're already a native of Phandelver. So Tetra, what if what if you were the one that was like, all right, you need like let me see, you need this to escort this wagon. You can't do it on your own, and by fate, the other four, Cinder and Aloris and Paul and Nose Blows, just happen to be right place, right time, and something draws you to them. To, it's just like right place, right time. You need four other people. Bam! Here they're like what are we thinking? What are you thinking, Tetra?
Is the dwarf that we're escorting the cart for? Is he a guild? Is he a member of the guild?
Gundren, we can make him a member of the guild,
or a member of a guild, and maybe she's the artificer guild rep that went with him.
I love that.
Because I think at this point in time she'd be kind of torn between actually going out to search for her father, which would mean leaving the guild, which is the only thing she has left.
I love that.
So she's kind of torn to adventure, but doesn't have any clue where to begin. So maybe this was her getting her feet wet, was going out on this shipment as a representative of the guild to get things from point A to point B.
I love that. Here we go. I love that.
So she knows nobody.
I love that. I love that. Gundren Rockseeker is the one that's gonna be hiring y'all to escort this wagon. So Let me think. So I'm gonna put Tetra would have ties. Tetra would have ties to Gundren. Rockseeker. Tetra would have ties to Gundren. Oops. Capital. Rockseeker. Alright. Yeah, Tetra would have ties to Gundren Rockseeker, who was a part of the Artificers Guild, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, Artificers. Oh.
I mean, or really any guild could do if it would be a guild-to-guild transaction.
Yeah.
Whatever his backstory was, just part of a guild fitting him.
I love that.
So she's trying to get her feet wet, getting out into the world.
I love that. Let me see. So yeah, Tetra would have ties to Gundren Rockseeker, who was a part of the Artificers Guild, and oh, let me think. Tetra would have ties to Gundren Rockseeker, who was a part of the Artificers Guild, and because of that, kind of lost here.
Oh, look, there goes. The thought it flew away.
Yeah, right. Like, yeah, it's like, okay, so Tetra, yeah, you would have ties to Gundren Rockseeker, who's a part of the Artificers Guild, and because of that, Tetra, Tetra would be, I guess, seeking people to help escort this cart, or what would Tetra be thinking?
Tetra's thinking, I'm thinking is what that is. Mm-hmm. The gears are turning, yeah. They're grinding against each other.
Yeah.
How about she sent as the guild representative to make sure that the shipment gets delivered and the transaction's completed, but doesn't have any further obligation past that. She took it as an opportunity to get her feet out or get out into the world and get a feel for travel because she'd never done it before. So she volunteered to be the guild rep on that particular shipment. Be just as simple as that.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I love that. So Tetra would have ties to Gundren Rockseeker, who was a part of the Artificers Guild, and because of that, Tetra would be sent as a representative to ensure that this shipment makes it to its destination.
Where's the shipment going?
The shipment. Let me see. So.
Because maybe its destination is one of the places that her father set out to, or the place that she knows her father set out to.
So
she's following that trail at the same time.
So the supply wagon, it actually like canonically doesn't have like any set destination. It's just a trail on the Sword Mountains, but we can have it that destination is somewhere that your father's rumored to be.
I think it works if like when he set out, he set out on that same trail, headed the same direction. So the only thing that she knows is that that's the trail that he walked, and that's it. Yeah. So she's just searching blindly.
I love that.
That's why she volunteered to go along with that shipment.
Okay, I love that. Yeah, Tetra would be sent as a representative to ensure that the shipment makes it to its destination. The shipment would be traveling along the same route that her father her father is believed to have walked, and so she volunteers to ensure this shipment arrives safely. All right, we have Tetra tied in, Paul and Noseblow's tied in, Aloris and Cinder tied in, Noseblows and Paul.
Yes.
Noseblows and Paul. So Tetra's gonna be volunteering to lead this wagon to its destination. What would possibly draw Noseblows and Paul to even want to go on this adventure to ensure the safe arrival of this wagon?
Well, for me, the pay's good.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And I feel like it's a cakewalk. What am I going to do? We're just going to go and escort something up to somewhere? Like, how hard could that be for that much gold? I mean, come on.
I mean, likewise, gold. Also notoriety.
Yeah.
But mainly gold.
Noseblows would be drawn to assist in the escorting of this wagon, along with Paul, because of gold, and notoriety, and notoriety. If the pay is good, if the pay is good, then that. If the pay is good, comma, and the sense of potential fame increase, as a result in a successful escort, then that would definitely draw them to then that would definitely motivate them to want to tag along. Perfect. Aloris and Cinder. What would motivate them to even want to go on this adventure, to help out these for Aloris, these four, or these three strangers? Aloris, you've kind of, as you said, like a mosquito, a bit of an odd couple vibe with Cinder. You've been traveling, and you find yourself, I guess, maybe like at a tavern or something. Right place, right time. What would even motivate Aloris to even want to help out this mission to escort a wagon? The world is foreign to you. These people are alien, and Cinder, your crew has mutinied you. Why would you even care about escorting a wagon? What do y'all think?
So here's what I'm thinking, and Aurora can jump in here too. Mm-hmm. But because her character is like this little, buzzing presence around Cinder, and like trying to cheer her up and make her believe and have a reason to live and have a passion for life again, I feel like maybe Aurora's character kind of drags Cinder kicking and screaming into this like
you read my mind.
just to make some money, because obviously she got chucked off her ship. She's got nothing, so she needs money to eat. So Aurora's character says, "We're gonna do this," and that's that. That's how they get dragged into it.
I love it.
Definitely for Aloris. She knows dwarves have iron. If she's been listening around long enough, that's one thing she knows for sure.
I love that.
So trying to find any leads and bring this hulking orc woman along with her for muscle is the safest thing she can think of to get to her destination.
I love that.
So, doing everything she can to convince Dia's character to join this group
I love that.
will be her objective.
I love that. Cinder and a Loris. You know, would we'll do Cinder first. So Cinder, no gold to their name, no gold to her name. Recently mutinied. Recently mutinied. Would need any. Would take any job. Would take the first job. I don't know. Would take any job to ensure she receives some money, some gold for survival. Eloris, knowing that dwarves have vast amounts of iron, would also be motivated to tag along on this escort mission. Thus bringing all 5 together. Okay, let me just go ahead. I love this, bro. Y'all are cooking so much, yo. I love this so much. So, Paul and Noseblows would be traveling together. Noseblows is afraid of the dark and being alone, so traveling with Paul is a sense of reassurance. Paul is new to the area and admires how Noseblows treats titles and perceives him as being famous, so naturally gets drawn to him. Aloris is drawn to chaos, has a bit of an odd couple vibe with Cinder, a mosquito that you won't necessarily swat away. Cinder, having dealt with this mutiny, Aloris would see that as an opportunity to bank off that chaos and further ensure survival. Tetra would have ties to Gungeon Rockseeker, who was a part of the Artificers Guild, and because of that, Tetra would be sent as the representative to ensure that this shipment makes it to its destination. The shipment would be traveling along the same route that her father is believed to have walked, and so she volunteers to ensure this shipment arrives safely. Noseblows would be drawn to assist in the escorting of this wagon, along with Paul, because of gold and notoriety. If the pay is good and the sense of potential fame increase as a result in a successful escort, then that would definitely motivate them to want to tag along. Cinder, no gold. All right. No gold to her name. Recently victim of mutiny. Victim of a mutiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, yo. Recently victim of a mutiny, would take any job to ensure she receives some gold for survival. Aloris, knowing that dwarves have vast amounts of iron, would also be motivated to tag along on this escort mission, thus bringing all 5 together. I love that. Let me save that. That is fucking beautiful. All right. Let me see. I guess we would probably maybe kind of explore this as the I guess we'd probably explore this as the season, as the campaign goes on. You probably wouldn't have one at the start, but I'll ask anyway. Do the 5 of you have a name? Like would y'all have a name or you know, probably not. It's because y'all
Bow and Lilies.
Bow and Lilies. Yeah. So
I feel
I'm
like
just gonna
your
say
character
they're
would
Bow
try
and
to
Lilies.
name the group immediately.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's my character.
Okay.
Bow and Lilies.
All right. So I'll put here we go. All right. All right. Do they have a name or a shared goal? Paul would immediately try to name this group Bo and Lilies. Bo and Lilies.
I act disgusted and hiss at him like a vampire.
There it is, yo. There it is. Nose blows. Nose blows would immediately would hiss at the thought. Hiss at the thought of this name and act like a vampire. I love that. We can definitely explore that. As the campaign goes on. Would there be any rivalries or tensions or even connections already brewing prior to episode 1?
Like between the party members?
Yeah.
I can imagine so far.
Yeah.
I mean, there will be probably down the line.
I guess. Okay. I love that. Yeah, I guess like down the line, you know, we could definitely like explore that. Okay. I think I pretty much have everything. I have a little checklist that I made. Okay. Let's talk about campaign real quick. Obviously, as you know, it'll be every Monday. It'll start at 8 p.m. EST, and usually just go like, like our usual time of like 2 hours. Maybe it might go like maybe it might like extend, maybe like 2.5 hours. Maybe 3, but it'll definitely be like at least 2 hours. Other than that, I guess if anybody like so there's 5 of us. Well, 6, I guess. I guess if like I would say, how do we want to handle if like one person like if I would say like if 2 people can't make like a session, then we'll postpone it, and like just do something else like that Monday, maybe just like a one shot or something like that. If like 2 people can't make a session, if one person can't make the session, would we still want to go for that week or pause it? What do y'all think would be best?
So in my experience, it's almost inevitable you'll lose at least one person every so often.
Yeah.
So I would say it's probably just best to carry on. The question is to NPC the character or have them just be out of the scene for a little bit. And the easiest way is probably just to have them be out of the scene for a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
Because neither the character nor the player will recall what happened in the previous session.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. When I used to DM with situations like that, it would just be so-and-so is off doing whatever they either said they wanted to do in that particular time, or they were just sick. The character was like, meh. Mm-hmm. And then I would just throw the players into like a off-shooted side quest real quick. Like, here's a random little dungeon next to you that you want to go into.
I love that.
Or something random like that.
Yeah. I love
It'd be nice to have them like sort of trying to complete goals off screen if we're not here.
Cool.
Like, even if we don't NPC them, like our personal quest could kind of be talked to, and then we could just DM you and say like, while we were gone, like our character did this and this, and then just kind of like update you so that either they tell the group or they don't tell the group.
Cool. Yeah. That's beautiful. Divola Kazuto, what are y'all thinking? If one person can't make it.
No,
I
I'm
think,
down. I'm down for that side questy kind of vibe.
Hell yeah. I love that. All right, so yeah, so cool, beautiful. So yeah, if one person can't make it, we'll do the sesh. If two people can't make it, then we'll like just pause and like probably do like a one shot, just some bullshit, just some bullshit thing. Cool, perfect. I love that. Other than that, let me see. Do I have anything else?
I have a random question.
Hit me with it, baby.
It's kind of unrelated, but are we still meeting in Final Fantasy, or are we just strictly doing this?
Oh
on
yeah,
the...
yeah. I didn't. The reason I didn't log into in game today was because I was like, we're not gonna be like rolling any dice. But yeah, we'll definitely be at Yaddy's pub in Final Fantasy.
Okay.
Yeah.
You were the only person not here in game.
Yo, my God. Yo, shout out. Oh my God. There it is. Yo, there.
This guy.
The pub is yours. The pub is yours. Take the liquor. It's all yours.
Diavola has officially become the new Yaddy.
There it is.
Yeah,
Yaddy
we
now.
already
I am
decided.
Yaddy.
We're gonna need an extra chair in here.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. I love
I'll
that.
try and get one. I'll try and get one this week.
I love that. Okay, so other than that, so I'm gonna get to work. I will sprinkle all of your backstories into this. This is a lot of homework, and I love it. I love it. Reminder: your choices matter. All right, your actions are gonna shape Phandalin. And as far as like tone of it, let's do a little bit of everything. Like, let's have times where we can be serious and times where we can adventurous, and of course embrace like the comedy, because that's what I love. I remember like the one shot that we did with with Diavola and the Bob, the Guardians of the Galaxy one. Like, dude, that was like straight up, that was just comedy. That was like one of the funniest ones ever. And then I remember like there was that one shot that we did with Prin, who was the Kenku that was trying to find her flock, and that one was like a more like serious like tone, and I love that too. So hell yeah, man, let's embrace it all. Let's just go with it, have fun with it. What else do I have? I think that's it. Yeah, we have everybody in roll 20. Yeah, you can go ahead and make your character sheets if you have already. Hell yeah, if not, go for it. Let me think. Oh my God, I think I have everything. Let me just go ahead and save my little notepad here. Does anybody have any questions or anything that they would like to add?
I might message you about how to get that electric pick thing to work.
I love that.
As far as like
Yeah.
roles are concerned.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I think I'm okay.
That's sick.
I had the little backdrop on Tetra's dad and his little backstory.
Hit
but
me.
Past that, not.
Oh,
Yeah. I don't. I have like
whisper?
I'm trying to sit here right.
Oh.
I've been trying to write a poem for this thing for a description for like the past 10 minutes. My brain is just fizzled.
Yo, I love that. Mana, welcome in, Mana.
Can I
Hit me with
Can
it.
I send you
Costco.
some other some more backstory how about this? I've got some backstory that I don't want the whole group to know.
I love that. I love the secrets as well. Yes, I love secrets. I love that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. DM me that and let me see.
Can I DM you more about the relationship between Bardicus and Paul?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Here we go. I love this so much. I love this. I love this so much. I love this. So. I love this so much. So, with that being said, my dear friends, there it is. I love that. Yeah. Paul Cleve Budson. That is amazing. Oh my God. That is cool. So, That is amazing. That is amazing. That is absolutely amazing. So, with that being said, my dear friends, I love that. I love that. So, hang on. Let me continue to write something. All right. One second. Okay. All right, friends. Well, with that being said, my dear friends, let's end this thing strong. The wheels of destiny begin to turn. 5 unlikely figures ride beside a creaking supply wagon. Dust rising in the late afternoon sun. Behind them, the towers of Neverwinter fade into the haze. Ahead, the untamed road to Phandelver, a sleepy frontier town, unknowingly teetering on the edge of legend. At the reins, Tetra Navarra, the half-elf artificer, keeps one hand tight on her father's pocket watch. The ticking unpredictable, as always. She watches the road carefully, knowing that every mile takes her closer to the mystery of his disappearance, and perhaps to the answers the Forge of Spells might hold. Walking beside her with a dramatic flourish in every step is Paul Budson, the self-declared frontman of a band that doesn't exist yet. With lightning in his fingers and dreams of fame in his heart, he imagines this wagon ride as a tour, with destiny as his next gig. And on the other side of this cart, his unlikely companion, Sir Cleric Arthur G. Noseblows, the self-styled noble of the 9 hells, cloaked in infernal pride and blessed, anointed, some might say, by the sneeze of Asmodeus himself. He watches the skies and the shadows, searching for black worm blood and the power he believes is his birthright. And behind the cart, bootsteps crunch almost like a drum beat. Cinder half-orcan, pirate without a ship, blade without a crew. The dagger of her lost love swings at her side, and her eyes scan the horizon for signs of betrayal, or worse, the crest of a rival's sail on a far-off hill. And above it all, sometimes walking, sometimes floating, just behind, Aloris, the Eldrin sorcerer, is quiet, observing, absorbing. Every moment in this strange realm is a story waiting to be told. She dreams of iron artifacts, melodies from the Feywild, and proving at last that she is more than just a wandering note in someone else's song. They are 5 strangers, but soon they will become more. Bound by coin,
driven by purpose, haunted by pasts, and hoping for futures. They journey towards Phandelver. But what awaits them there? Bandits on the road? Ancient dwarven secrets buried beneath the earth? The first flickers of war, or something far darker still? Next week, Session 1 begins. The Lost Mine of Phandelver opens its gates, and the legacy of this party takes its first breath. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a session, my friends.
Excited.
I cannot wait. It is going to be the beginning, my friends, of something epic. Ladies and gentlemen, tune in next Monday, 8 p.m. EST. This is going to be crazy. I can't wait. I can't wait, yo. I'm so happy. This is gonna
Don't forget the rum, Yaddy.
Yo, I got you on the rum, yo. Matter of fact.
Rum?
Matter of fact, let's do a quick shot, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of rum, I've got the Gentleman's Jack whiskey. Is anybody sipping on anything? Any water, any soda, any booze? What is everybody drinking tonight?
I'm absolutely keeping hydrated.
Good.
I got
bottle of
some
water.
Good.
strawberry lemonade right here.
I love that. Beautiful. Beautiful. So, with that being said, what you got?
I'm with the hydration.
Good. Yeah, no, you got to stay hydrated in these streets, ladies and gentlemen, on these dirt roads to Phandelver. You gotta stay hydrated. You gotta stay hydrated. So, yeah, let's go, Dia. Here we go. So, with that being said, my friends, that is a Session 0. I cannot wait. I'm gonna get to cooking. Y'all, this is phenomenal. To my health and yours, ladies and gentlemen. Cheers. Ladies and gentlemen, we have
Cheers.
Cheers.
playing the role of Eorzea. We've got Awoa. Playing the role of Cinder Half-Orkin, we've got Diavola. We've got playing the role of Sir Cleric Arthur G. Noseblows Cazerto. We've got the wonderful, amazing Lila, who will be playing the role of Tetra Navarra, and playing the role of Paul Cleve Budson. We've got Tantalus. Cheers, my friends. I cannot wait for next Monday.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That is amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Yeah.